Hey everyone, it's Jason. Welcome to a different video. This is a self-promotion video. No paid sponsors, it's all my stuff. But if you're not familiar, I also run an eBay store called G33kbox. It's where I'll just flip to my next slide here. Um, yeah, not unboxing anything in this video, so hopefully if you're a fan of my channel, you want to watch this and just see what I have to say. Even if you don't want to watch the entire video, if you could at least skip towards one of the end part of the video, the last last little bit, and there's just some questions I have, maybe hit me up in the comments with ideas or suggestions, that'd be awesome. Yeah, so what it is it's at G33kbox. Who is it? It's myself, JL Boxing Gloves, my YouTube name, which you guys know from my channel here, as well as my wife, Mizu, who has Mizu Bub, who's been in some of my videos as well, doing some of my unboxings with me lately. So, what is this? Or why are we doing this channel, or what's my eBay store for? We love helping people finish off collections or find that right gift. This is kind of just what is it? It's various collectibles we have from all over geekdom. So it's mystery balls, mystery boxes that are opened up so you don't have to guess what you're getting. Older Funko toys, pop sets, some like Lego sets and stuff. We have some board games. Possibly looking at doing trading cards, but I might only do bulk. I'll get into that a little bit later. We have comic books or related merchandise like that. And I'd like your thoughts maybe on if we should do bundles on some of them. Like bundles on boxes or comic books with like collectibles. Like if you buy like a Wolverine, like you want a Wolverine pack, you're gonna get like a Wolverine like accessory with a couple of Wolverine comic books, or Spider-Man with like maybe a Spider-Man figure or a Spider-Man shirt or something like that. Kind of like cool gift ideas. And then other fun and or exciting things we find. Now, this isn't like a full retail store where I'm going to have the exact same merchandise. So, lots of this stuff, especially like the mystery balls and some of that stuff, like board games, is stuff either we bought and then we ended up getting a duplicate of, like maybe we didn't realize we had it, or versus mystery balls. We opened up, we found out duplicates that we already had. You can see some of like my recent videos I've done per this, when this is coming out. Like, I just did some fun or unstable unicorn things, and I ended up getting duplicates of most of them. But it's also like that way, like we have a way to kind of like, here, we already opened these. You know what's in these boxes, these mystery boxes. You can go ahead and pick some of these up without having to go spend $10 or $15 a pop trying to find out what they are. You can maybe find the ones you're looking for. And some of the other stuff is just, it's old collectibles we've had for a while, like some of the old Funko Pops. Maybe even some of the board games that you've seen me unbox on my channel. I've either maybe someone gifted me or bought me an extra set that I already had, or I unboxed it and I was like, okay, that was really cool, but I haven't got around to playing it enough and I want to reduce my collection. Same thing like the Funko Pops. Occasionally we just have too many of them and we just need to reduce our collection. So yeah, we'll have plenty of pictures on our websites. We invite questions if you have questions on what's actually in there, what the condition of the product are. Go ahead and ask us. We're more than happy, myself or my wife, to like answer questions, help out. Cause yeah, we want to get stuff. And we can, if there's multiple things you want, ask. Like see if we can do. We're not necessarily unwilling to do deals, but we're also trying to set our prices fair. We do kind of look at what the market value is for things. We see some people are maybe selling this mystery thing for like, you buy it for 10 in the store hidden, but like you see people then turn around selling it for like $50. We might be selling it for like 20, which we think is more than fair. It's enough that you know what you're getting, but we're not trying to like price gouge people for it. Obviously, as stuff gets rarer and harder to find, prices do go up. If there's like one out of a box, it's probably gonna be a little bit rarer, harder to find. We might charge a little bit more, but we can be flexible. Not saying we're gonna bend on every single thing, but it never hurts to ask or check with us. So, and like comic books, the same thing. I go and buy a bunch of comic books. I get duplicates here and there, so I can definitely get run into issues there. Sometimes I buy like with trading cards and stuff. I buy like boxes, and I get promo cards, and I get additional promos, so I don't need multiples of them. So we're trying to look at a way to like recoup and get some of that stuff back. So cool. So the next couple of slides, just going to kind of go show up some of the stuff we might be carrying. So some things we are or will be selling. Our idea is to kind of refresh our store every once in a while, so we don't have the exact same stuff in there all the time. So we might pull some stuff off for a while, add some new things in there, just kind of keep it a little bit fresh. So like I know as of this video, we currently have a bunch of the Op Meow Me Meows on there. You've seen me do unboxings of this if you watch all of my videos. They're very little plushy kitties, about 4 inches long. Always note for all of these I have on the page, the sample image not guaranteed to be on sale or available, because again, depending on when you watch this, I may have pulled them off the site, or these individual ones may have sold. Again, we're not retailers, we're not getting these from the stores. This is stuff we're picking up ourselves, so we might only have one copy of each individual thing. But these are fun little things you can get. We're also doing Miniverse. They'll make it mini mystery balls. So these use UV resin to create little scenes. So like you see like the top one, you have a little taco. You buy all these different, you got all these little pieces in the ball, and then you use stuff to like put them together and create this, as opposed to just getting like a solid piece. Same thing like the little Hello Kitty ones. Some of these we're going to be selling just full as the balls. Some of them we're going to be maybe parsing out, mixing and matching parts together. So it'll be kind of interesting. So if there's something very specific you want out of one thing, but maybe you don't want the entire thing, we might be able to do something. And there's lots of other different sets in here too. This is just a couple. There's a diner. There's Hello Kitties. There are other sets that we don't currently haven't purchased, but if it's something you might be interested in, let us know. Like, hit us up, either hit me up on the channel here, comment on this video. If you're on the actual eBay store, send me a message. Like, hey, we're interested in the Lord of the Rings one, or these Harry Potter ones, or something like that. And, hey, we might go up and pick them up, because there's some of them, there's a couple of pieces we might want, but it just wasn't enough at the time for us to justify buying a bunch of them. But if we have enough interest from people looking to pick up those other brands, specific ones that I'm going to dig for them, we might be willing to, hey, go grab a couple, and then we can maybe get the ones we want, get the ones you want, make some cool deals. Again, helping you out. We also have mini brands. We used to do a bunch of unboxings for these. Haven't bought most of the newer ones. We do have some of the older ones. We do are buying, should I say unboxing ones? We have the mini brands there, the light blue for the fill of the fridge. We have a bunch of those. We have some of the old ones. We have some of the toy ones from way back in the day. We have some of the market sets, some of the full collector cases to sell. So lots of interesting ones there. Again, we might sell some of these just as a ball with like, hey, you're getting these specific items in the ball, these 5 items. We might sell them like, build certain collections, like, hey, maybe you're getting from like, these are from 3 different series, you're getting all the Hershey stuff from one set, or something like that. Might do random stuff, kind of just see what we have sitting around. We have Cats vs. Pickles. We've had these up on the store before. We will be bringing these back. We are currently just going through the full collection to see what we have. It also is going to include other versions, such as Bears vs. Donuts. I think there's Aliens vs. Cows. We picked these up here and there, where we find a need to pick them up. I just actually bought some as of this video. Again, I bought some yesterday. So we got some, we get duplicates or ones that we didn't necessarily want. Again, we might sell these as individuals, we might sell them as pairs or groups if they're theming, because lots of times there's a pickle and cat that have the same theme. Like we have the little pilot pickle, there's probably a pilot cat. So you get some of those that kind of mix and match. But again, let us know if there's something, if you see a collection, you're like, oh, I don't want the 4-piece collection, I'd really like just the 1 or the 2 of them. Let us know. Maybe we can figure out some deal on those. Again, I was talking about this earlier. Get a little mystery unboxing for the Unstable Unicorns Rainbow Apocalypse. Other stuff I've done before, like Here to Slay, all from Unstable Games. They're little miniatures. They come with the cards. These I can usually ship like right back in the boxes. Some of them I've opened all the packs to see what they're in. Some of them I've just looked at the cards. But I can at least tell you exactly what you're getting. And like all of these are usually like a lot of times just like that hidden mystery one they're showing on there that you can't see. I usually buy a case and keep those for myself. But again, if there are interesting lots of the other ones, because maybe you want some of the other characters, but you're not wanting to go out and just randomly buy blind boxes, and you maybe don't want to spend the money to buy a full case because you don't want everything or duplicates, it might interest might spark me to go purchase more of these cases, and I can also resell the secret mystery ones as well because I'll have duplicates at that point. So again, if there's interest, we're willing to buy more of this stuff to like help sell, help find stuff for you guys. To an extent, now keep in mind, I'm not gonna like spend thousands of dollars to hunt down one piece for somebody. We also have some old Lego mystery boxes, the Super Mario back when they were still doing these. Because I bought, again, like these, I just bought cases so I could get the entire collection for myself, and I ended up with duplicates. You have some extra, maybe little sets like the Frog Mario suit, where I picked up multiples. Maybe I saw them on sale, or somebody else bought me one thinking I didn't know I didn't have it. So there's some cool stuff like that we're going to be putting in there. The only thing with the Legos is to only jump back in here. I do have some Lego sets that are loose. Like, I've built them. They're older sets I've had that I don't maybe necessarily want. Again, kind of like other collectibles I want to get rid of. So this might be a question for anyone listening is, how do you feel about getting a pre-built set? I know having it where it's already in the pack and it's disassembled, that's great. Obviously, if I'm going to sell a pre-built set, I'm going to make sure I have the instructions with it, so that way you're not trying to do it. But would you rather just have it 100% pre-built, or as much as possible, kind of like cram it into a box, store it, pad it and stuff? Or would you rather have it, try to disassemble it as much as possible, disassemble it, I don't know if you maybe get 100%, but like 90%, so you can rebuild it from scratch? Just kind of what are your thoughts on that? Like, I have some old ones, like I have an old car that I built. It was like a Cadillac car. I don't remember exactly what kind it was, but like, I built it. It doesn't really fit any of my collection, so I might be willing to part with it. Just something like that, just ideas. Let me know. We have little mystery things. We bought a bunch of these Treasure X dinos. We have some of the original Treasure X's, which aren't dinos, but those have all been taken out. Lots of those have been taken out of the boxes and separated, but these are some that we have still in the cases. I'm not, again, these aren't necessarily the exact ones we have. These are some examples. I might not have this exact series up, or might not have all of those. Might have a full case, but yeah, this is stuff you guys can pick up, and you can kind of just a little like snap these figures together after you dig them out of sand or goo or whatever they are, depending on what set they're in. And we have some of the older ones, again, that are out of the box, which you might be willing to part with as well. We have some Funko Pops. Like I said, we're trying to downsize some of our Funkos. Back when the Marvel Collector Corps first started off, before it became an Amazon thing, we had bought almost every box. We were part of the thing, I think, almost from the beginning. And lots of them had exclusive Funkos that were only available in like the Daredevil set, Morbius, Hulk, Bruce Banner box set. There's some other ones. Some we want to keep for ourselves, for our collection, because we really love the characters. Other ones we're kind of like, not as much of a fan. I'm a huge Marvel fan, but I can't own everything Marvel. So at some point, want to downgrade. With almost every Funko Pop, they're in pretty much mint condition. Like, I can't help if I bought it from a GameStop and someone dented the box a little bit. But once we get into our house, they're pretty much mint. They sit on the shelf. We don't open them. We don't take them out of the boxes. So yeah, they're pretty much all mint after that. But yeah, there's some cool ones here. And again, like I mentioned before, with maybe the comic books, this might be something where they came with the collector boxes, came with like a t-shirt, some little extra collectibles, maybe another miniature figure, something like that. Would you guys rather try and have most of that box recreated? Would you rather have just the figure? Would you like to have the figure with a comic book, maybe featuring these characters? Like as a gift. Like, are you buying it? Would you be more apt to buy it just for yourself, for your collection? Or would you rather buy it as like, hey, I know a kid that likes the Hulk or likes Daredevil. I'll buy him this box that has a couple other Daredevil things in it. And it can be like a cool gift. And some of them we even have the original collector boxes, so we can even put them back in there. So just some ideas. If you have thoughts on it, hit me up in the comments. Again, I'd love to just hear what people are interested in. We have other board games. I kind of mentioned this before. Some of these I just ended up with duplicate copies because, maybe myself or somebody else picked them up as a gift for me. Didn't realize I already had it. They saw it. Like, hey, you might like this. Didn't realize I had that one. Or I've done it myself multiple times. I bought my own games, and I get home and I'm like, oh, I already had that expansion. I couldn't remember, but the price was good where I bought it, so I didn't want to miss it in case I hadn't. This is just a sample. So there's going to be some that are completely unopened, but there's also going to be some that I've opened and I've done unboxing videos for. And some of them I've literally just unboxed. Taking out the stuff, maybe popped out the tokens, but I've never played it. I've never used the cards. So otherwise, it's in mint condition. Obviously, I wouldn't sell it at, like, the full price if it was a fully sealed box. But, some of them also have Kickstarter exclusive content and stuff like that. So it's my whole channel, right? Unboxing board games. It's just some of them I'd like to downgrade my collection. Like, I haven't played this game yet, or I haven't gotten to it enough. Or it just didn't hit as well as I thought it would when I bought it, or maybe when I bought it I was excited and now I'm not as much anymore. So it might be worth getting rid of some of them. So that's just some of the things you might have there. Trading cards I did mention very early on. I have like Pokemon, Dragon Ball Z, One Piece. You guys see me open up tons of stuff on here. Lore Arcana, bunch of other things, so my only thing on here is I mentioned possibly selling in bulk. Just one, because lots of times people don't really want a lot of the commons, and it's an easy way to get rid of commons. Maybe sell like a bulk thing. The second reason is because we did try and sell some Magic cards once upon a time, and unfortunately the person we sold it to tried to rip us off. They tried to say that we sold them a defective card, which I can pretty much guarantee we didn't, because we, if we sell an individual card, we double sleeve it, regular sleeve, hard case sleeve it, put it in a bunch of bubble wrap. We're very cautious about that. We're collectors. We wouldn't sell something that's damaged. Now I can't say what would happen if something happened in transport, but as much as we packaged it, they would have really had to damage the box for it to happen. So the problem is with eBay is that if someone else gets the product and they say it's damaged and they want their money back, there's really nothing we can do. So we're kind of cautious on selling, $40, $50 cards online anymore at single cards just because of that. But if we sell them in a bulk box, then they're in a bigger box where you can't be like, oh, someone folded the package, So that's just kind of that. But another idea for that, selling in bulk, is I've always thought about selling them as, either as decks, like functional decks. Like, granted, they might not be the best decks because I, don't play tournaments and stuff. But, selling them as decks, or at least as, collection. So if we're looking at, One Piece, I could sell, either a red deck, which, has a leader card in it with a bunch of red cards that could all work towards that deck, or I could sell a Straw Hat deck. Just a bunch of cards that work with Straw Hat crew from all different colors. Same thing like DBZ, I could sell, you get, a Goku leader card, you put him in there, plus a bunch of cards that would work directly with him in that color. Or you could just sell a bunch of here's Z Fighter decks, here's Frieza cards, here's this, and same thing as I get into Marvel stuff or Pokemon. You could kind of, either have a playable deck, or at least a semi-playable deck, a group of cards that would go together that could make a deck. Again, they might not be an actual deck, but it could be the number of cards you need, or just a group of cards that kind of theme together. So again, let me know what you guys think about that. Is that something you'd be cool to pick up? Hey, I could order just a bulk collection of Dragon Ball Z cards, or would I rather pick up, I could pick up a small pack of Gohan cards, small pack of, Cell cards, small pack of Vegeta cards. Then you could kind of, again, maybe have gifts for someone. So just a thought there. Very blurry image of comic books, but I just wanted to grab there's one. I pick up extra comic books, I buy stuff, I get duplicates. These, again, probably sell them in bulk just because individual issues would be hard to sell. Plus, I think most of the bulk stuff, most of the stuff I have extra of are, um, you know, like 50 cent to $2 comic books. They're nothing major, super expensive. Um, so yeah, it just might be something I might throw in just locked. But again, here being another thought, would you like have a lot of random comic books? Do you want just Marvel, just DC, just indie stuff? Would you, if you get to Marvel, would you specifically only want Spider-Man, only want X-Men, or is just Marvel in general? Just as some extra things to think about or keep in mind. Other various Funko Pops, I did mention the Collector Core, but I do have some other ones that aren't the specific Collector Core ones. Like we have some Tekken, Street Fighter, League of Legends. I have other various ones I've picked up over the years. I was like, oh, I kind of found them on sale, and I was like, oh, I might want to collect this series, and then it just got to a point where I can't keep that series, or I didn't get enough characters for it to want to keep that series. So yeah, so some of these were kind of possibly tossing out. There's some cartoon ones as well. I might have like a Scooby-Doo one, like a Fred or something. Some other different stuff in there, as well as some Marvel Funko Pops that aren't part of the Collector Core, because obviously we bought some of those as well. Then just some other items that might be added to the store that don't necessarily fall into them other categories. Glasses, mugs, dishware, kind of pictured up in the top. We have a cool ceramic-looking mug. Clothing, shirts, they could be cool DBZ anime ones like this. There might be other ones with cool prints on them, various other characters, cartoons, comic books, stuff like that. Could just be a really neat shirt that we found. Various jewelry, possibly sporting cards. I don't personally collect sporting cards. I know my brother did way back in the day when we were kids, so we might pull them out of and sell some of them. And again, that might just be straight up bulk because I don't even know the prices on some of those. Other various plushies, like here we have a bunch of Rick and Morty keychains. We have other little things like that we find. In general, this is just stuff that like it could be other, again, geeky stuff like the Rick and Morty and DBZ stuff. It could be just cool things that we find around. Like sometimes you're out thrift shopping, or you're out at, even like a Walmart or a Target, and you see something that's really cool and interesting. Like again, like we're showing these mugs or some neat jewelry, or maybe you find like a unique, like picture frame or artwork piece or something. There's other stuff like that we might throw in here and there, just because it's like, hey, we found these are kind of cool. We might just try and get, kind of resell them because we think they might be neat or unique. Probably not as much stuff we find at a big retail store, but maybe more like thrifty store stuff, just because they're more apt to be not one of a kind, but less available. So interesting. All right, so what's the last thing I want to do? So this is one I hope everyone jumped to if you didn't watch everything else. It says, for the future, I'm going to keep updating, rotating stock in the store. I intend to, hopefully, in the very near future, open an Etsy store for 3D printing. I recently acquired a 3D printer, and I'm learning how to make stuff in there. It is a learning process, but I want to make board game storage, like card holders, things like that, like token holders, stuff like that. Maybe some game upgrades if I can figure out how to design more unique looking pieces that are just squares. And for this actual channel, or related to this, my unboxing is how to play videos and gameplay videos. So question for that again would be, for my gameplay videos, might be like, would you rather have them here with the unboxing stuff or on a separate channel? My original intention was to put them on my other channel where I play video games and then do board gaming. I posted a couple gameplay videos on here just to test, just to see what people thought, their reactions on it. I'm still working on getting camera angles and stuff set up. And anytime you give me feedback on what you think I could do a little bit better on that stuff would be super helpful. But yeah, would you rather... The only reason I was going to put them on the other channel, because I kind of wanted to keep this current channel to just unboxings, and the other one to gameplay. Then that way, if you're hopping over here to look at this, you don't be like, oh, he's playing a game again. You're just like, this is just unboxing. You want to see me play games, go to my gameplay channel. That's kind of figuring I do one or the other. But, maybe you don't want to subscribe to two different channels. I know some YouTubers have multiple channels, and sometimes you don't always check out their second channel, so there's that. And then how to play videos. I haven't done too many of them, or very rarely do them, just because usually the official companies do better videos, or there are other people out there that do better videos than I feel I could do. But I feel like I'm going to try and do some of them, but when I do, I'm probably going to break them down very, very much. So they're not going to be like little 5-10 minute long. Here's a quick way of how to play the game, like set up to turn 1 to turn 2, turn 3. They're going to be breaking down every single step. I did recently made one that I had yet to post as of this video for anachronism. And I'm going to do it like through PowerPoint. I'm going to be doing little videos. I might do some actually add some actual videos in there too of me moving stuff around. But it's going to be kind of breaking down what every single step. So it'll be like, if you do this, here's a visual on how you do that thing. So let me know maybe what you're kind of looking for in a how to play video. Do you want just I want to know what's the quick setup, what I can do on each turn. Do you want the example of a turn? Do you want to just see have someone play through an actual turn to see what the turn looks like? Do you want to know specific, like it's saying, in this game you can move, attack, and play a card? Do you want to know what your options are for each one, if you interact with different things in the game? Or do you want just the really quick stuff? Any thoughts to help me make this stuff for what you guys watching these are doing? Because I love to do them myself. I love to make these videos. But if I can cater them better to the fans watching my stuff every month or every week or every day or wherever you guys watch, that would be awesome. Because then that way you're hopefully going to keep watching more stuff. And then the last thing I have is just other promotion. So I have my gameplay YouTube channel, which I will post these links in the description as well. I have GL Boxing Glove Plays. Again, that's where I currently play lots of video games. I don't update super often because I'm not a streamer. So I'm not, some of these games I've been playing, like Marvel Rivals. And I was playing a couple other games like that. I don't get the views on it, so maybe I'm hoping to get some more views on my channel to help get me want to do it. But since I don't stream it like everybody else does, I'm not always up to date on getting my videos up. So by the time my stuff is getting posted, sometimes take a week or two after new content has come out. So there's that. But I also like to try and sample new games. Hey, I've done a lot of first plays, let's looking at this type of game. So again, if there's interesting things you'd like me to check out. Sometimes I like playing games with my wife, and it's kind of neat because we can play on my channel, and then she has her channel. We get different perspectives. It's kind of cool. Speaking of that, we have MIZU'S YouTube channel, which she usually plays a lot of games solo by herself. She has more editing than I do in mine. I tend to just throw my videos up pretty much raw, like I do with my unboxings. She tends to edit hers a lot and do fun stuff with there. She does shorts. Since lots of her stuff is a lot better, a lot cooler to look at than mine. And she's at MIZU'S. And then the last thing I have is just a little extra promotion. I have a family member that does eBay. Sorry, I put eBay. I meant to write Etsy. Which I do have the link as Etsy. Does jewel crafting by Jay. And this is just a sample of some of the jewelry she makes. It's really cool. Some earrings, some necklaces, some wristbands. Really cool stuff. Some really good prices for them. Because it's all homemade. It's all handmade as well. So yeah, definitely check that out. Buy some of her stuff, which is really cool. If you're looking for more of that. This is maybe the type of, like I said, jewelry. This is stuff that maybe I would have sold, but since that's not our focus on our eBay store, that's why we didn't put her stuff on our store as well. Just because we didn't want it to get diluted by people that are looking for jewelry. Might come looking for that and be like, what's all these kitty cats on here? And vice versa, someone coming to buy collectibles and Marvel and comic books and stuff like that might be like, what's this random jewelry on here? So that's sort of why it's separate. Plus, and she can, have her own little stuff there. So very cool. That is what we have. Hope you guys enjoy my updates. Again, questions, comments, anything, hit me up in my videos, hit me up in the comments. I try and respond if you have a question about a game or how it works. I try and give you the best responses I can. as quickly as I can. I don't always respond to every single comment, because some of them are just like, hey, I love your videos. And I'm like, yo, cool, thank you, I appreciate it. I just might not always jump in and re-comment thank you, because, if that's what you guys would love to hear, I definitely will start doing it more. But, yeah, then hopefully you guys check out my eBay store, check out my other channels, do some really cool stuff there. See you guys later. Bye.